When Johnny Depp and Amber Heard reached their settlement, she promised that she would give, she didn't say how much of the settlement, but that she was going to donate a part of it, at least, to charity. Well, now we found out Amber Heard is donating all of it. All of the $7 million to 2 charities.
Let me give you the specifics of what she did before Harvey. I know we have some opinions about this.
I'm just saying,
I know.
no.
Here's what happened.
Harvey opinions?
I'm standing around minding my own business.
Here's the facts. Here's what happened. Amber Heard told us that she received $7 million from Johnny Depp in this divorce settlement, and she says that she's going to split that in half, 3.5 and 3.5 million, to 2 different charities. One being the ACLU, specifically earmarked for stopping violence against women, and then the other half, 3.5, to Children's Hospital of Los Angeles, which she says she's worked with for 10 years. So that is the statement. She also then reiterates and we've talked about this a little bit on TMZ-LIVE, she has always claimed that this divorce was never about money. She doesn't want his money. It was never about the fight and went on for a month about money. This was a domestic violence situation that then turned into a settlement, and she got the amount of money that she deserved. It was never about money. So that's what she did. We also got statements from both places. Very thankful for a huge donation like that.
Absolutely.
So that's where we stand.
By the way, two decent charities. That's
They're
good.
great. No. They are great charities.
Sounds like a
Children's
nice
Hospital
end
Los
to a
Angeles
very
is one
terrible.
of the most amazing places in this city.
But it ain't. I don't think it's an end. And there was a show that Groucho Marx did a long time ago when there was a tiny little kid.
Well, obviously, if it's Groucho Marx, he didn't do it last year.
And the show, it was a game show. And when somebody said the secret word, I think a duck would come down from the ceiling. What's the secret word, Mike?
Confidentiality.
Yes. and Mike and I didn't even rehearse that, and that is the secret word.
I had to think for 1 second where you were going. Confidential.
So,
Reagan, where's the duck?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I mean, this is all I know, is that there was a confidentiality agreement. We know that. Now, I don't know the terms of the confidentiality agreement, but almost certainly it said, now we reported that it was a $7 million settlement, but in terms of them acknowledging it, I don't know what it says in there, but Mike, have you ever seen a confidentiality that didn't have the amount of money as part of the confidentiality?
100% of the time with celebrities, the amount of money is always.
So Amber Heard puts that on the table. Then on top of that, she puts on the table that it is for women who are victims of domestic violence. Again, a very worthy cause. What is Amber Heard telegraphing?
That she's a victim. And
do you
by the way, I
think,
can tell you 100%,
which was not part of their joint statement.
They would have never agreed
ever
to allow this to become out as something about domestic violence because he has always said he didn't do that.
Now we talked a lot about that about the joint statement and how carefully it was worded and the things that weren't in there and the things that were maybe you might have intimated from it. But there were things that were not said specifically.
And if this statement was part of it,
I think this thing went on for like a week trying to figure out what to say.
Yeah.
And so
if this was in it, that we just published a statement from
Amber, it would never would have been.
They'd have thrown it across the room.
It never would have.
Never.
So is it the end?
I think this is just the beginning.
Knowing these two, no. It's probably just the beginning of the fall spectacle that's about to go on for the next 3 months.
Do they just love each other like
yes,
crazy?
They're probably gonna get back together.
No.
It's gonna be like a Nene Leakes and Greg thing.
They don't want to leave each other.
Harvey, I haven't even told you this, but I gotta say, he's kind of right. I heard these two hated each other, but in that loving, passionate way that one day these two may get back together.
There's a reason they say it's a thin line.
It's a weird thin line.
Hey guys, this is Julie from Canton, Michigan. This story still seems really fishy to me. What is she trying to hide? You know, that's great that she's donating this money, but I still think there's more to the story. And is this her guilt for potentially leaking videos of Johnny? Who knows?
Someday we'll get the real story. Who knows?
You think we will?
I don't know.